This account says, I will not be hearing any complaints about Tokon having too many X-Men. I had to play effing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, I've discussed this before. This roster was so weird because it had no X-Men characters. And it seems like people are upset that Tokon has an X-Men team and the first DLC character is also Cyclops, right? And then Magneto is also in the game. So that's 6 X-Men characters off the bat for 21 character game so far. And I guess there's a sector of the population that's complaining about that. It's not me. I'm not complaining about too many X-Men in the game. That ain't me. I'm not complaining about it. Largely because, I didn't play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but I thought this roster was ridiculous. I think people need to understand something. The Marvel Cinematic Universe may have led people to believe those are the most important popular characters in the Marvel Universe. But my understanding is that the X-Men is number one. The X-Men occupies a huge part of the Marvel Universe. And so I would expect any IP, any game, anything where all of the Marvel Universe is involved, the X-Men will occupy a huge chunk of it. And so I'm not surprised there's a gaggle of X-Men characters in Marvel Tokon. I'm surprised there's complaints about it, right? Because again, the X-Men characters are really, really popular and they're seeing a renaissance thanks to X-Men 97 and also their inclusion in other video games such as Marvel Rivals. And so I fully expect to see more X-Men characters appear in Marvel Tokon. But let's not forget, we had to experience Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite with no X-Men characters. That was the weirdest thing ever. And that's why I said the Marvel Tokon roster is already worlds better than the Marvel side of this roster, because it has X-Men characters. And not only does it have X-Men characters, it has popular X-Men characters. Magneto had to be there. Storm had to be there. Wolverine had to be there. There's no, I'm just looking at this and this is ridiculous. This is truly ridiculous. And so, no, I'm not complaining about any more X-Men characters being on the roster. I also think that's why we need an X-Men fighting game. In my opinion, like, the X-Men characters are just way more interesting than a lot of the other Marvel characters. And they're just way more popular. And I would have loved to have seen them in their own fighting game. But, I'll take Marvel Tokon with a handful of X-Men characters.